Hi there, welcome to the Perfume Experience. My name is Rodney and I'm back again with another video. This is after a break and today we are going to review a fragrance house called Blanko. You might be familiar with their fragrances Dusk and Dawn, and there are some new releases now and we are going to review this right after this introduction. Welcome back, and there are basically 8 fragrances from this discovery set of Blanko. This comes to you at about 495 rupees on their site. There was also an offer with a t-shirt, but I only got this discovery set of 8 ml, so 8 fragrances from them. So quite a popular ones. So you know Dawn and you know Dusk, and then there is Billionaire, and then there is Indian Oud, and then there is Old Money, there is Empire, there is Legend, and then there is Sport. So the way I'm going to review this is basically going to do a very quick review about how the scent profile is and all of that, and performance I'll kind of divide it into good and bad, and you can kind of in that way decide which ones to keep and which ones to skip, right? So on that note, let's kind of get started. So the first one that I want to review, which is Billionaire. Okay, now this the color of the bottle also should give you a good insight of what kind of a fragrance this is. This is the take on a Club de Nuit Intense Man of Armaf, or so, which is also a alt of the popular Creed Aventus. So this particular fragrance, when you put it on, it's a no-brainer. The moment you put it on, you instantly recognize the DNA because it is so popular. You get a very good vibe of that pineapple, blackcurrant, and all of that wood and all of those things. It's a very nice fragrance, and this one projects also pretty good. You will easily get about 2 to 3 feet of projection, and the performance on this one. Now the performance, all of these are coming with technology called time lock technology, which is basically their way of saying that they last for about 2 days or so. But I would say that these are all Perfume editions. They are not EDT, not EDP, they are Perfume editions. So you should easily get about 6 hours. Okay, so that is what I've been able to get on my testing most of the time. So you will get 6 hours of easy performance, but then on your skin some will linger to you about 8 to 10 hours also, but then that is very skin close. You shouldn't really go by that kind of performance, but then moderate. So the projection is about 45 minutes to 1 hour, and the performance of the fragrance itself is, some of them are good to about 5 to 6 hours easy. Okay, so that way pretty good value for money. So especially this one Billionaire, the Club de Nuit Intense Man alt, is really nice, and this is a standout, very good one to consider. So even at 100 ml bottle, if you're looking at, and if you're getting it about whatever is the price, sub 500 or whatever, you should get it because this is definitely good. Now the projection is good, the performance is good, the scent profile also is very good. It's not like Creed Aventus, I would say. There are certain things missing, the lightness, for example, all of that. But when you compare Club de Nuit Intense Man EDT version, this is pretty close, and the scent profile is good. The dry down is very nice. The projection is good. So that way, this is a winner. So this is a good one to have. This is Billionaire. So the next one to consider is Old Money. Now this is also quite popular, and this is a very nice DNA. This is inspired from Tom Ford's Tuscan leather, and I also have French Essence Intense as well, which is also based on that. So this is pretty nice. Now for the price, this is a really nice one. You kind of get that raspberry note on the top. You have that leather and all of those elements very well, and this is pretty good. In terms of performance also it's pretty good, in terms of lasting also it's pretty good. So this is also a good one to keep, and this has got that leathery nice vibe, and this also is projects well. So you will at least have about 45 minutes to so, or 1 hour. You can easily get that kind of projection, and lasting is also good. Mostly I think the scent profile is very well done on this particular one, very beautifully done, very mild, very mellow, very nice. And for the price tag, I think this is a good buy in terms, if you are looking for an alt of Tuscan leather, a decent alt, this is pretty good. Now when we talk about notes, you don't really see raspberry note on this particular scent profile, but then when you sniff, you kind of know that this is close to Tuscan leather. So that way this is a nice fragrance. So one is a very fruity version, and again if you look at the color also of this particular bottle, it's a little bit brown, so indicating a little bit of a leather note, I would say. So that's another way of recognizing that this is a more of a leather fragrance. So this is based on Tom Ford's Tuscan leather. This is also a good one to keep. So the next one on this list is called Empire. Now Empire is a green colored bottle, so it should kind of give you a clue that it's more of a green fragrance. I kind of feel that this is resembling, or it's an inspired version of Ralph Lauren Polo Green. I kind of feel that way when I smell that. I kind of think that this is resembling that. I kind of feel that way. Either ways, if you look at the notes of this one, talks about lavender, apple, and all of that. But I kind of smell, a pepperiness, a little bit of freshness, all of that. I did go for a spray here, just quickly. Let's try that. And the scent profile is good. Okay, it's a nice scent actually. The notes are very nice. You kind of get a very grapefruit, minty, that kind of a feeling also. But you also get a little bit of that earthy feeling as well. But what lacks in this is there's a little bit of spiciness as well, but what lacks is the performance on this one. This is absolutely poor in terms of the way it opens up. You kind of need to keep sniffing to understand what's happening, and then it really doesn't project loud either. It's very, very mild. So for me, this was one that really did not fit into much of a scent profile, much into performance, and I really don't understand how this works. So again, not a very great scent, I would say, but this you can kind of skip. So Empire you can skip. Okay, so this is a low for me. Okay. Next, if you talk about a high, I think you can definitely talk about the Sport. This is really a nice one, and they've done a very, very good job with this. The moment you open this up, or if you do even one small spray, you will easily get to know that this is inspired from Bulgari's Tiger. Okay, that grapefruit note with that ginger and that ambroxan is right at the top, and that is really, really working well. And this is a very good fragrance in terms of its scent profile, the loudness, projection, all of that is good on this one. So this Sport one is good, especially if you're looking for gym wear, if you're looking for some heavy workout and sport or game, all of that. This is really, really done well. And most of these fragrances, if you look at on their website, they've kind of categorized it as occasion. Okay, so if you go by their website, you will not really see it as all the fragrances listed there. They're listed under different categories for different occasions. So this is more of a gym fragrance, and I think Bulgari's Tiger is one of those scents that really works well as a very versatile scent. So this is done well, and again this one the performance is good, loud, and very nice for the first 1 or 2 hours, and then the dry down of the woody notes is really, really nice. The ambroxan plays well. Could be combined with some other fragrance also, but there are rumors that it's combined with another fragrance. But for me, I feel strongly about 70% of the DNA is of Bulgari Tiger. So that ginger, grapefruit, ambroxan note is really very prominent and something very, very nice. So this is a keeper. Okay, so this is good. So you can definitely keep this. Then there is one particular fragrance which is really, really nice in terms of performance. Okay, so this is called Indian Oud. Now the bottle is going to remind you of Ibrahim Al Qureshi's Blue Oud. Okay, so that is the fragrance this particular fragrance is trying to copy or a clone of, and that is basically a oud fragrance, which is a very loud fragrance. Now the same thing is with this particular one as well. You don't really get any notes on this one. The moment you spray it, you kind of get the oud opening up, and it's going to remain on that particular one for a long time, and after some hours it's going to mellow down and come to you with a little bit of a mellower woody tone. You don't get any other hints of floral, fruity, nothing of that sort. You get a punch of that oud, and this continues to be that way for a long time. Now the thing is, among all of these, I felt this was the longest performing alt. Okay, now yesterday when I was trying it out, I think at some point of time I put it on and I could get it even in the morning. So mostly close to about 8 to 9 hours easily I could get it on my hand. But the thing is, it's a very linear fragrance. If you want to experience oud, or if you want to try what really simple oud smells like without a lot of foreground of notes, like nothing to play around, nothing to change down notes at such, then you can definitely consider this. This is good in my opinion, but then again, like I said, from a performance point of view, from a scent profile point of view, this is a linear fragrance, so this might be something that you might want to keep or not, is up to you. So for me, this is a keeper in case you want to try a oud fragrance at a really low value. This is done well. Okay, so this is Indian Oud. Now there is one more fragrance which I really thought does amazing stuff is Legend. Okay, so Legend is this is really nicely done. So when you kind of put this on, you kind of get a very nice fresh minty opening. You get a little bit of the pepper note, you'll get a grapefruit note, and instantly this DNA is very recognizable. This is very popular with people because this is an alt of TDMS. Okay, now if you had T performance or EDT of the TDH, this is what Legend is going for, and this is done very well. Maybe this is a combination of another fragrance as well, but like I said, 80% of the DNA of this particular fragrance is of TDMS. Very easily you get that peppery grapefruit vibe, freshness, that minty vibe, very very nice, and I think they have done a very good job with this one as well. So Legend, Billionaire are really good highlights for me, and including Sport as well. So this is also a keeper, and this one also projects well. Now between Empire and this can get very confusing as well at some point of time, but this one performs really weak. This one performs really good. Loud projection lasts long, and the scent profile is so very nice and really very well captured, and it's very close to TDMS in terms of how they've been able to get that close to this particular DNA without that alcohol blast and all of that, and that's something we will talk as well. So Legend, yes, this is an alt of TDMS. Okay, so very well done. Most of you know these two fragrances already, so in case you don't know, this is Dusk and this is Dawn. Now we'll talk about Dusk. So Dusk is, if you look at the bottle color, this is more of a blue colored bottle. So this is mostly, it will give you insight that it is a blue fragrance. Now this has got vibes of herbaceous, grapefruit, blue DNA. For me, somehow I was not really liking this so much. And I felt the performance of this is also like, average, a little bit of loudness and all of that, but not a long lasting performance and not a scent profile that is very captivating. So especially if you've tried Bleu de Chanel or Dear Sauvage or David of Cool Water and all of those blue fragrances, then you will think that this is a mix of all of these, or even Dylan Blue or Versace, all of that put together, and it's trying to be somewhere. So there's no identity as such. It's not a clone of one blue fragrances. It could be an alt of many different ones. And for me, it's nice. It's not a bad scent. It's pretty good. If you've been wanting to try a blue fragrance, you can try it, but it's not a very great scent, so to say. So for me, this is a low. Okay, so I'm keeping this aside. The one that I really liked a lot, or the one that I really wanted to explore initially, was basically Dusk. Now, okay, this is really nice. This is an alt of Guerlain Habit Rouge. Now, I wouldn't say this is an entirely complete alt of it, but a good, a good percentage of it. Okay, especially when you think about that almond note and all of that. This is really nice and it projects well. It's got that a little bit of that pan masala, pan pasand vibe, which is nice. Okay, it's really nice. And that bitter almond note is also pretty good. So that way this works well. And last week when I was in Mumbai, I was trying out all of these, and I had applied this for somebody else, and he was 2 seats away, and I could easily smell this. So that was really nice in the way how the projection is. So about 2 to 3 feet you should easily get. Performance is again decent, about 4 to 5 hours, 6 hours roughly, depending on the humidity and the place where you are in, whether it's an indoor occasion or whatever. This is definitely an evening wear. This is a good clubbing wear, party wear, that kind of a fragrance, and scent profile is very nice. For me, if you look at the 8 fragrances, I think these 6 are keepers and 2 are not that great. But even if within the 6, if I were to really pick up like really good ones, one is definitely Billionaire, Legend, okay, Old Money, and I think Sport or Dusk probably, probably even Sport I think I'll keep back. Maybe these 4 are definitely something to keep or consider, which is Billionaire, Legend, Old Money, which is Tuscan Leather Alt, and Dusk. These are really good. Now, if you look at overall, these come at 495 rupees. For that, I think these are really value for money, especially if you want to consider gifting, or if you've been wanting to try a versatile set of fragrances. These are definitely something to consider. Now, what are the good things about Blanko? One is, if you consider what's happening in the Indian market with regards to fragrances of so many brands and all of that, one thing that I've realized is there is no alcohol blast. One, so none of them have that alcohol blast. Second is, there is good amount of concentration. You can see my hand for that oil stain. These are Perfume editions, so they say about 40% of concentration or lesser than that, so that way they are going to last longer, so that is another good thing. Third is the scent profiles are pretty good. So though these two are not performing, the scent profiles are pretty good, very well made, very well blended, so to say. So that way they are really, really good compared to if you look at other houses like Wildstone, which I did about the badass fragrances which has got strong alcohol blast. Not the case here, pretty good. So value for money, definitely. If you want to consider getting 100 mls, definitely you can consider for a few of them. These are good everyday fragrances, especially for college going kids, or if you're looking at budget friendly fragrances, definitely you can consider them. So overall, in my opinion, I was quite surprised at the value that they bring for the price, at the scent profile that they carry. The quality of the fragrances for the price factor is really, really good. So overall, these are good buys. Definitely, you can consider buying them. So that is my very short review of Blanko's Discovery set. And if you like the video, give it a like and share your thoughts and comments and let me know what are your favorites from this particular line. A lot of reviews coming soon, so you see that there is a Honor and Glory bottle here, so I'm going to review that very, very soon, and testing is on. I will also review the other two from that house as well. So there is a whole list of video that will come up with all the videos or all the fragrances that I'm going to review soon, so do check that out as well. So stay tuned. My name is Rodney. Take care. Bye now.